51 days, 51 recipes. This is day 12. We're cooking our way through Come Fix You a Plate, food you'll actually cook, and today is porky piccata-ish. Start with just enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan. The recipe calls for a quarter stick of butter, but this is what I've got left in this box, and I'm not opening another one. Heat's just above medium. Now the reason I called this piccata-ish is because it's thin sliced pork chops. You could also use thin sliced chicken. And I dredge them in some flour. I've seasoned mine up with Tony's tonight, but season it however you want to. I've already salted and peppered my pork chops. Now generally I pound my pork chops out thin, but these already came pretty thin and they're all cut really evenly. So I'm just gonna kind of go with it tonight. I'm not gonna do the extra step. So we're not doing an egg wash or anything like that. We're just gonna press these into this flour mixture here. Now we also need sun-dried tomatoes, shallots, and a lemon for this recipe. And you need to make sure you go ahead and have all that cut up and ready to go. Because once we start this, it's gonna go really fast. We want our pan hot enough that we're gonna get some nice crispy color on these, but we don't want it so hot that it's just gonna be smoking and like scorching these things when we put them in the pan. If you need to test your pan, put a little bit of flour in. It should have a nice little sizzle when it hits the oil. When you put these down in the pan, push them in and make sure they make contact with the bottom. And then don't move them, just leave them for about 3 minutes. Now, like I said, I've already got a shallot and a big old handful of sun-dried tomatoes chopped up. I'm probably gonna use about a half a lemon, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. See how they're golden brown? We're gonna flip them. All right, we're pulling these out of the pan. Go in with our onions and tomatoes. Not gonna go, but just for a minute or 2. I get a lot of questions about paper plates because sometimes y'all see me use them and sometimes I use my regular dishes. People wanna know why I use them for certain recipes, and the answer is it really just kind of depends on the state of my dishwasher, if we're being honest. This is my 3rd recipe that I'm cooking today, so my sink is full. I've got a lot to clean up. Paper plates it is. That was a really juicy one, so I think that 1/2 is fine. I forgot to mention that we're down on low heat at this point ever since we took those pork chops out. Get that lemon juice pulled up all that good flavor on the bottom of our pan. So now we're gonna hit it with some cream. I think the book says like 2/3 of a cup or some bullshit. Just follow your heart. We're all the way down on a simmer at this point. We're gonna season this up, and y'all know it gives me anxiety not to put garlic powder in something. Do some salt. I'll throw in a little bit of white pepper. I've been on this white pepper kick lately on my cream sauces. And some parsley just because, you know, we want to feel cute. Okay, now our pork chops are going back in the sauce, and we're gonna swish them around and make sure they're coated. I'm just gonna let these simmer for a couple of minutes. You don't want to let them go too long. We just want to make sure they're cooked all the way through. Maybe 5 minutes, probably not even that long. These are coming out, and I put mine on a cutting board and I just let them sit for a couple of minutes. Then we'll slice them up and I serve them on a plate with the sauce over the top. Serve them on a plate. What else would I serve them on? And you don't really have to slice them up. I just do it to feel fancy. Here's our dinner plates. If you have trouble with pork chops or they intimidate you, try it this way. Get those little thin sliced ones and just don't overcook them. Go super quick with it. Y'all come fix you a plate of this.